It might ask on your computer permission to record. Hmm. Okay, so we're gonna begin. So let's go ahead and sit up nice and tall. You'll make sure to have a blanket with you. A nice, easy seated position. Go ahead and begin with your breathing. Happy full moon. All the world is like, you get to invite yourself to reflect in this season. To turn inward. Meet yourself right where you're at. Slow and intentional breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Enjoying a nice quiet mind. And if it's not quiet, where is it at? What's it thinking about? What kind of conversations are you having? And just kind of acknowledge. Rooting down through your sit bones and drawing the energy up, up, up through the spine, drawing the shoulders back, really lifting the chest up. So when we do restorative, we hold the poses for a little bit longer. And it's not so much like physical effort as it is tapping into gravity, allowing gravity to restore the body back to balance, using props, yay, whether it's blocks or bolsters or blankets. Mm. And so the struggle a lot of times with restorative is very much the chattering mind. And in yoga, it is chitta vritti nirodha, which is to quiet the fluctuations of the mind. In through the nose and out through the nose. Good morning, good morning. So all week, we're doing a system and we're doing a mudra, but for this moment, you're just kind of not worrying about that and watching the thoughts. How does it feel to lengthen the spine? How does it feel to expand the lungs? What does your breathing sound like? Breathing sets the tone for the rest of your practice and the rest of your day. I'm going to go ahead and cover up our right nostril and sinking the shoulders down, inhaling through your left. Pinch. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Pinch. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. 3, 2, 1. Pinch. 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your right. 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Inhale through your right. 3, 2, 1. Hold and pinch. 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your left. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale through your left. 3, 2, 1. Pinch. 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your right. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Inhale through your right. 3, 2, 1. Pinch and hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your left. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring your hands together. Inhale through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils. And then you're going to kind of pull the cheeks apart here. And then press underneath your cheekbones, opening up the nasal passage. And then we'll go ahead and slide our hands across our collarbones into that thoracic duct. So slide across and breathe. Helping to empty the main ducts here. Slide your hands down your throat. And working your way up to just underneath your jaw and the lymph nodes there. Go ahead and loosen up the jaw, massage the jaw. First area that we tense up is that jaw area. And it's all based on how we choose to see things, how we're programmed to see things. And when you begin your practice, you don't want to begin your practice with a tense jaw. And it'll be even more inviting to tense it up throughout your practice. So you run the show here. Let's bring our right ear to our right shoulder, massage the left side of the neck, and breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. You have a tendency to tilt your head the other way. You're going to find that these muscles scaling are going to be tighter. The neck muscles are going to be tighter on this side if you tilt the head the other way naturally. Let's go in the other direction. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your right ear, or left ear to your left shoulder. Staying with the breath. Good. Let's go ahead and release. Bring your opposite leg in front. Loosen up the shoulders. One shoulder and then the other shoulder. Alternating. Close the eyes, feeling all of the feels. Very intentional with your movements in the shoulders, maybe even incorporating your neck, your side body. Let's begin with that nice twist over to the right side. Crown of the head reaches up, spine is long. Notice where your mind goes. And then let's go ahead and take our twist over to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Go ahead and release. Bring your shoulders up, back, and down. For this time, you're going to go ahead and bring your right thumb between your left thumb and your index finger, and then you'll just kind of rest that here because this mudra, Usha mudra, is very much about creativity. Observe how you're creating your month. How's your month going? Are you pleasuring yourself this month? Wintertime, it is the full moon, the wolf moon, the frost moon. They say it's when the wolves start to howl, or we hear them howling. Mm. Most creatures are very intuitive. Most animals, not just the wolves, most animals, they pay attention to their intuition. They tap into it, follow their path. Staying with the breath, meeting yourself right where you're at here. Drop those shoulders. Notice if they're tensed up. Mm. And because we're doing restorative, ask yourself, are you going to give yourself the full permission to rest, consciously rest, so that you can keep creating the life that you desire? Okay, so you're going to begin. You're going to place your feet down onto the floor, lying down. Because we know most restorative poses, you get to do that. Okay, so here you're just going to do some cow and cats. Winter time, it's that season of the kidneys, so make sure you're drinking lots of water. The latter time period, you want to rest your hands on your pipa, the point underneath your belly button and between your pubic bone and belly button. Pipa, sacral chakra region. You're innervating those nerves here. And if you tense up the jaw, it's going to trickle all the way down through the spine, into the sacrum, into the hips. Now go ahead and windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Extend your arms out to the sides and breathe. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Try to keep the eyes closed and feel the stretching in the waist, maybe in the outer hips. And restorative is cool because there's not so much corrections or adjustments here. Yeah, because you're just surrendering. Surrendering is really about trusting the process and everything that surfaces. So intuitively, your body is going to have your knees drop in one direction. Yep, go wherever it is that your body intuitively goes. You'll turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees. You're going to be here for a little bit. Make sure you have no discomfort in the knees and the eyes are closed. And observe all of the feels. What do you feel in your feet, ankles, knees, thighs? What do you feel in your hips, your glutes? I find that if you're tensed up in that jaw, you might have more of a chance of tensing up in those hips. So notice if you're clenching that lower hip. Yep. If you have any tension in that lower leg, so take a good sigh. Even open up the mouth. Restorative poses are very intentional to open up the space in the joints. What are you feeling in the waist? Maybe rest your hand, the lower hand. If you have your knees to one direction, that same side hand, rest it on the abdominal region, feeling the warmth. So you're essentially self-raking the solar plexus to the sacral chakra, the ego to the area of creativity, the will to creativity. What are you feeling in the chest? The hand that's resting on the belly. Is there any tension in that hand? Are you feeding your belly tension from the hand? How are your shoulders? Can loosen up a little bit more, welcoming space into the shoulder sockets. But tension, or if not any tension, hopefully there's none, in your neck, your jaw, forehead, behind your ears. The hand that's resting on your belly, go ahead and rub in circles from right to left. So your body can digest this movement, this posture. Go ahead and lick your lips. Salivary glands helps you to tap into that parasympathetic rest and digest part of our nervous system. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and release. You're going to slide the legs straight. Bring the arms over your head and lengthen. Breathe. Take another good breath in, and on your exhale, go ahead and bring your hands by your sides. Plant your feet down onto the floor, and then go back to your cow and cats, observing what you feel here in that lower back. Very intentional, very purposeful practice today of observation into ourselves, into our inner world. Go ahead and windshield wiper your knees from side to side. And then you're going to place the legs in the opposite direction, turning your head opposite of your knees. Go ahead and rest the same side of your knees, that hand onto your belly. And same thing here, observation without judgment. Is it in the right use of your energy at the moment to tense up or to surrender? We give ourselves so much permission to do things that are good for us or maybe not the best thing. We look at intention, we look at purpose for restorative practice. It's again, surrendering and trusting and observation of where we are trained to tense up so then that we could give our bodies permission to be like, oh, that's just not necessary right now. And so when we look at the wolf moon, wolves are very instinctual, but again, for other animals, that this is the time period that they say you start to hear the wolves. And so our instinct, because of habit, can be to tense up. Neuroplasticity is that we can change that. How cool is that? But the only way we can change is through that consistent, earnest practice, what they say in the sutra. So what do you observe in your feet? In your ankles? And your lower legs? Sigh if you need to sigh. I'm just letting it go. What do you observe in the knees? If you feel that the knees are uncomfortable, you don't want pulling at the knees. You want stretching at the main muscles. And there's not a crazy amount of muscles in your knee region. You have a lot of tendons and ligaments in that area, but muscle, no, not so much. So, what are you feeling in your thighs? Top of the thighs, outer thighs, inner thighs. What are you feeling in the lower leg? The tension in your thighs very much influences the positioning of the hips. Any tightness in the hips. Of course, sometimes skeletally we might be born a certain way, right? Where it might be the femur rests in the hip socket a certain way. So you're just meeting yourself where you're at. You tense up that lower glute. See if you're tensing up your jaw. Sigh here, just letting it all go. What do you feel in the waist? Your hand resting on the belly. Is that arm tensed up? Is that shoulder tensed up? Are you feeding your abdominal organs with a tense energy or a soft energy? How about the chest? Is it easy to breathe here for the lungs? A lot of times we can bypass the lungs and move straight into the belly. Very purposeful with the breath here in the lungs, the whole point of the lungs, to filter out and to help move the life force, the prana, the chi. And only go where it's safe, right? Go ahead and rub your belly here. And right to left, right to left. Purpose is to move stuff that is just not serving you. Lick your lips, tapping into that parasympathetic nervous system, helping to relax the jaw and the vagus nerve, that super highway is like singing beautiful music. Good. And then just rest the hand softly back onto the abdomen. What do you feel in your neck and your shoulders? Do you need to adjust the knees or the feet in any way? And filling up the lungs and emptying them. What do you feel behind your ears? What do you feel in your scalp? Take a great breath in. On your exhale, slide those legs straight. Again, oh, you feel that. Or you don't feel that. The legs are even, arms are even over your head. Point those toes. Interlace those fingers. Arc your lower back. Breathing in and out. Now you're going to go ahead and walk those legs over to the right. Grab your left wrist, arms go to the right, banana pose. And then you're just hooking that hand. Take your left foot, turn your thigh inward. So it's a spinning of the thigh. Turn or place your right ankle or right foot on top of your left. So you have that internal rotation here for a moment. You're just resting, feeling that nice deep stretch. The outside body, passively working the right side. Drop the shoulders. You don't need to hold yourself in place. And yeah, you're holding onto that wrist, but it's not a grip, right? It's just an easy holding and supporting. Very intentional, purposeful with the breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, getting the breath underneath the left arm so the rib moves out to the side. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's go ahead and take it to the other side. So walk your feet, grab the right wrist, turn your right thigh in, placing your left foot on top, and a nice lengthening of the waist. Sometimes when we do twists, we scrunch up. So this is going to help us to lengthen those side bodies so we don't scrunch up. This is going to give permission for all of the nerves that branch out of your spine to breathe. For example, the nerves that go to our uterus originate from the last three vertebrae of your thoracic spine. T10, 11, and 12. If there's compression there, the uterus is going to be like, I'm not sure. And creativity and that sacral chakra going to get stuck. Send sacral chakra happiness. Yesterday we kind of focused a little bit on the root chakra, grounding. Here today, let's think about instinctually, like the wolves. Which way do we need to go? What do we need next? And it's a soft hold of the wrist, the arm over the head. You're going to breathe in and breathe out. Go ahead and release. Plant your feet down, coming to center. Shimmy your hips, massage your sacrum. Pran Mudra. You're going to take your two little fingers, your pinky and ring finger, and press it against your thumbs. In other words, we're doing peace signs. Doing peace signs. Yep, arms out to the sides. And this mudra is about pleasure. Should feel very pleasurable to massage your sacrum. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to use your peace fingers to grab your big toes. Now, if you have socks on, you can grab the outsides of the feet and come into your happy baby. And rock here. And if you're thinking, oh my goodness, this feels so good on my lower back, there's a good chance that you might need to practice working your lower back a little bit more because the previous pose did that passively. Banana pose did that passively. Just rocking here and breathing. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and bring our knees together, give them a nice hug. Pressing the knees against that abdominal region, feeling how there are no bones protecting the abdominals. So you're going to want to drop that belly button down to the earth for a moment. Draw the energy up through the pelvic floor. Just breathe. All right. So we're going to place the feet down. You're going to want to have a bolster and a blanket. So you're going to roll over to your left in a fetal position. Hang out here for a second just to acclimate. Close the eyes. Don't worry about what's next. For this moment, just be here in this pose. And then you're going to press the hands down into the earth and you're going to pick yourself up. Okay, so with a bolster and a blanket, you're going to take your bolster or your pillow. We're going to come right here. Place it right so. Now, the other option you have if you want to is if you need to, you feel like, okay, my back's not ready, you can place a block right there or underneath your pillow. So you choose, but you're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Okay, so when it comes to restorative, sometimes the body temperature drops. So blanket is always comfy. And you're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So soles of the feet together, knees are going to fall out. Great for the lower back, great for the chest. We want to go into this world like with a nice open chest. Because really, you have no clue. Like people that you encounter, energies that you encounter. Now, you want to be open, but at the same time, like not like super open. There's a layer of protection. Yeah. And it's not a dangerous protection. It's just a boundary. It's just a boundary. So the arms rest by your sides. You're going to come back to that Pran Mudra where the you're creating peace fingers. The palms are up. Sending out of those fingers and breathing. Observing what you feel here. Now, if you find your inner thighs are a bit tight, you can place a block underneath your knees, and that'll give you a little bit of support because when you stay here for a little bit, the inner thighs are tight, they're going to start to tremble. They're going to shake, and it's going to be like the mind is going to be like, do I get out of the pose? I don't know. What do I do? Yep. Just put a block. Or you can, if you don't have a block, you can put pillows, or you can create your fists, create two fists, and place your hand towards your butt cheek. And find that point where it will help to support underneath your thigh, your legs, or again, using the block, turning the block whichever direction suits you. Because when you go into a restorative practice, it's again about surrendering. But if there is a mental, physical tug of war, that's not going to happen. It's going to be much more difficult. You're going to pick your head up and you're going to turn your head in one direction. This way, you get into the neck. And keep the eyes closed. Arms are going to be out, peace fingers. And if your hands end up opening up, don't worry about it. It's totally fine. You're right where you need to be. And as you're here, focus on breathing into the lower ribs, mid, and then the upper. 3-part yogic breath. And then you empty the body, the belly button goes down towards the spine. And if you find it's tricky to focus, then put your hands on those areas where you inhale into the diaphragm, into the thoracic cavity, clavicular breathing, and then place the hands to the belly and help drop the belly button down to the earth. And then repeating lower ribs, mid, upper, exhaling, breathing in to your lower, mid, upper, slow exhale. Inhaling, lower, mid, upper. Slow breath out through the nose. Breathing into the lungs. Breathing out, belly button kisses your spine. Breathing into the lungs. Breathing out slowly. Slow breath in through the nose. Slow breath out through the nose. Intentional breath in. Happily letting the breath go. When you bring your awareness to the breath, you're circulating the life within you. You're going to go ahead and very intentionally, slowly, purposefully turn your head to center. Allow a moment for acclimation. Turn and pick your head up the other way. This is from Dana Fald's Inner Fire. What does it take to keep the inner fire of inspiration burning? What wakes the soul from sleep when the mind yearns for any respite from the storm? What calls forth courage when fear is a known and frequent guest? When the winds of change and circumstance swirl in circles, when breath is short and shallow, what brings release? The peace of life is present in the tumult and the temple. A single thought can move us from the unreal to the real, to dance or kneel, to sing or speak a prayer of gratitude and praise can spark the flame of truth again. To remember and forget, to find and lose, to remember and forget again. There's no shame in this. To recall the grace that is our nature brings down the walls that separates and draws the gaze inside once more. There the open door of the heart glows like a beacon in the night. There we rest in stillness and in light. Now, keeping your head turned to the right, you're going to slide the legs forward, one at a time. So that way you're not tempted to bring the knees together when they've been open. Yep. Keep the head turned in that opposite direction. A nice sigh. And then you're going to bend those knees and you're going to curl up in a fetal position on your right side, on your right. And another moment to acclimate. You're going to use your left hand to push into the earth, coming up. So for your final resting position, you have options. You have the option to do legs up on the bolster or against a wall, or you can simply place the bolster underneath your knees. So you're either going to be here with a nice neutral spine, laying down, or you can take your bolster, slide it underneath, bring your legs up. Great for your parasympathetic nervous system. This is called Vipassana. Yep. So it takes you into a place of rest. So you choose where you want to be. What is your body calling for? Meeting yourself right where you're at. And of course, another option is just going into a supported bridge. So you choose. And again, the body temperature usually drops during a restorative practice. It is very much about restoring your body back to balance, but it is very mental. Everything is pushed or pulled through our brains and how we're programmed to see the world and connect with the world around us. If your legs are up, there's a place or a point where you get to feel as if they're floating. Such a cool feeling. And your legs don't have to be like completely straight. You might have to bend them just a little bit. They might naturally bend if your hamstrings are tight. And you're just breathing, breathing your natural breathing pattern. If your legs are on the bolster and you're on your back with the legs on the bolster, are they behind your knees? Is it behind your knees or your calves? Allow your lower back really in both positions to open up. See if you can tilt the chin up, opening up the throat chakra, the air passage. Wintertime, the element is water. The opposite of winter is summer. And we want to be fluid like water. Mm. We want to be able to transform like water. We were fortunate to have ice snow transformation right in front of our eyes, completely like just magically tangible. Mm. But maintaining our inner fires, that light within, that inner light within. Rest allows that. Too much rest? No. You snuff yourself out. You snuff out that fire. And start to bring little movement, your toes and your fingers, breathing in and out. Draw your knees in and hug them into your chest like a little seed in the forest floor. Rocking, the body might call naturally to rock. And then roll on over to the right in a fetal position. Mm. And then come on up to an easy seated pose. Move your shoulders once you're up. When you take that time to nurture your inner light, you become a warrior of light, what Paulo Coelho says. Guerrero de la luz. Sweep your arms up and bring your hands down, taking a nice breath in, letting the breath go. Inhale, exhale, and one on. Oh. Y respira and breathe. Thank you, mind body. Thanks for letting us guide you. Peace be with you. Namaste. Que lo pasen bien. Have a great day. Okay. Ah,
Bye,
bye.
Claudia.
Bye. Thank you.